Welcome back, brothers. Today we're diving into another explosive Beyond All Reason battle. This game gives you 100 units, no supply cap, and absolutely no mercy. It's 2v2 time on this desolate planet, the desert map, cactuses, rocks. It's an absolute barren wasteland. We're about to have a slugfest here. Grab your D-guns. This one is gonna get spicy. Let's start off with introducing our commander. We have Lester 4 on the left hand side of the map. He's gonna be our yellow Cortex commander here, choosing to open with bots. Our red commander here, his teammate Armada commander, also choosing to open with bots. And on the top hand side of the map, we have Pro BCTV as our blue Cortex commander, also opening bots, and our green commander opening vehicles as well. He's also gonna be playing Cortex. Now, what is the difference between an Armada commander and a Cortex commander? Cortex commanders are more slow, their units hit harder, and they have more HP. And their units are also generalized, as the Armada commander has faster units, hard-hitting units, and more units about precision and precisely timed strikes, such as the Tick, the Starlights, and the Marauders in Tier 3. Now, how about vehicles versus bots? So we have 3 vehicle openers and 1 bot opener. Bots are generally cheaper and faster for the units, but vehicles are just better for the price that they cost. You get more for the amount of money you're putting into them. That gets us onto the economy. We have 2 ways to make money: metal and wind. Metal is your hard cap resource. Basically, you only can place them on these metal nodes that give you a flat amount of money per second. That's what makes the world go around. As you see, this grunt costs 43 metal with 840 energy, so metal is much more important, as it will generally be your limiting resource. Energy can be acquired through winds, solar panels, and later on fusions and aphises as the game progresses. So the unit composition from the blue player is going to start opening with some grunts here into some pawns. Pawn versus grunts, the Armada equivalent of the grunts here. They're fast little bots that like to overwhelm you in numbers, get the flanking damage. Flanking damage does more damage based on if you're able to get a surround or not on your opposing enemy. The greater the flank, the more bonus damage you receive. We have G Vegas here looking to push on the right hand side, looking to get more mexes here. Securing the landscape is very crucial on a humongous map like this. If a few units manage to slip by, that can completely end the game. So both commanders have to be relatively wary where the enemy is placing their units and how to properly respond to that. If one unit can get through, it can completely devastate the game. As you see, this one little pawn here desperately trying to get through, but it's just going to die to this guard tower here in a few shots. He was even so worried he pulled his commander just to prevent that from happening. That is how devastating these little pests can be. But the lines have been drawn. We might have an engagement. They're just seeing what each other is doing, scouting, analyzing, and then they're going to make the best decision they can with the information that they have been given. Also, we have an interesting matchup here. We have the lower ranked players against the higher ranked players on both teams. Yellow is the lower ranked player for the red side, and green is the lower ranked player for the blue side. And yet they're going to be fighting each other. Bots moving up on the left flank here, looking to maybe sneak by. But Pro BCTV has got a good wall of grunts here, stopping any advancement as he pulls down his grunts here to respect the left flank. Lester 4 sees an opportunity. He's going to run straight in. This could just be the game-ending damage we are looking for here. Snipes a construction turret. He's got to keep that micro on point here, looking for a max. Green is now also forced to respond, leaving his right flank open, but it's going to collapse just in the nick of time. If they were able to break into here, there'd be no stopping them. But good retreat, not feeding. That brings us on to another mechanic of Beyond All Reason. When a unit dies, you can reclaim it for about 60 to 70% of the metal it took to create that unit. You can also res it with res bots that are only available in the bot lab. Blue has now entered vehicle stage. He chose to go vehicles here over boss because, like I mentioned earlier, they're more robust and better for the overall cost. Green, though, respecting the flank on the right. Both teams are opting to go turrets here instead of trying to contest with units. This could be an easy break for either side when LLT cannot stop a bowl of 5 to 10 pawns from breaking through. We have some maces now on the battlefield. Maces are light plasma bots that have 400 range against the incisors has 230, so these are great for kiting, poking them down. But the vehicle lab variant of the mace will be the Lasher, a missile truck with 700 range, so much higher range, much more devastating impact. One of these is basically worth 2 maces in terms of range, also way easier to kite. As you can see here, these maces have no chance at catching these Lashers. They get free damage. There is one res bot behind repairing its units. You can repair units for absolutely free. It's free real estate. And I highly recommend doing that if you have nothing better to do with it. A con turret, a res bot, or even your commander can do this. As you can see on the right hand side of the map, you can see armor values, metal a second, and energy a second. This gives us an insight on how the economies are going for both teams. If we sit back in, we have a box of wind farms and another box of wind farms. Generally, you want to spread out your wins more. Kind of what Pro did here, because wins have a chain reaction. If you kill 1 or 2 wins, generally the whole ball will go up in smoke. So putting your wins together is always a dangerous game. It's like Russian roulette. You don't know if someone's going to sit by. 1 unit can devastate this entire win line, and that alone can be gaming. We have some more push up here from the Maces here, looking to get some big damage. G Vegas with his commander out front taking heavy damage. This could look like a devastating blow to the green side if he loses his commander there, but he puts his units in front, stopping any further advancement from D Random, stopping him right in his tracks. Lester 4 here, now fighting against the Lashers from the blue team as well. But red side still opting to go nothing but bots, which means they didn't have to sink that extra 1,000 metal into a vehicle lab, so they will have some more units, but the longer the game progresses, the bigger advantage the vehicle lab will give them. He's clumping up his unit here. That is not good whatsoever. Huge splash damage coming out from the Maces. They're devastating Green's forces. An absolute massacre here on the front lines. Blue is forced to respond. He needs to help his teammate. He needs some help. Someone help this man. The res bots are looking to suck up the dead corpses of his fallen comrades. But this is in blue territory. This could potentially be a throw. That is 1.7 thousand metal now on the side of blue that he gets to basically eat for free. It's an all-you-can-eat buffet. This is absolutely terrifying for D Random here. He's caught between a rock and a hard place. If he pushes up, he's going to lose his army. But if he does nothing, it's away free money to his opponent. Basically puts the game on a timer. We have a slight air transition of 4 bombers coming in. The wins are wide open. This is why you don't stack your wins. We're about to find out. Did he scout this? The bomb runs first come in. The bombs have been dropped. Oh, just not enough damage to blow up this army of wins. The fighters are coming out. Can they respond in time? One more bombing run. We'll get out from each plane here. Boom goes the dynamite as both wind farms explode, drastically hurting Pro BCTV's energy economy. As you can now see, the devastating effects from that bombing run has now swung the energy a second into the favor of red team. Not only now are they in favor of metal, now they have energy advantage too. The metal produced and the total metal produced is in for both teams though, however. So it just comes down to micro right now. Who can micro the best? Who can make the best decisions in the backline, like going tier 2. Tier 2 is so strong. Put that into perspective. Tier 2 is basically like tier 1 but times 3 the value. They're much more damage, HP, and their range is outstanding compared to a tier 1 unit. They've already hit the battlefield here. 2 of them shelling away. Sheldons are a great choice. Good mobility, good poke damage. Their one weakness, however, fast mobility units. If you end up getting on top of them, they melt like butter. Tier 2 is finally online for the blue commander. Desperately trying to respond. Tier 2 is also coming up for the red commander as well. The green, however, has no tier 2 in sight. He will fall behind drastically. He needs tier 2. it almost might be better for G Vegas here to simply start giving his money over to Pro BCTV in order to fund that T2 production. Communism is perfect. Communism is valuable, as it allows you to get further ahead in this game. We have an exploiter here coming up, gets shut down immediately. There goes the radar. He needs to wait for his tier 2 before engaging this ball, or he'll just be feeding into the meat grinder. His tier 1 stands no chance against these Sheldons, and he's just trying to buy as much time as he can until he's able to get his tier 2 online. Air is starting to come out slightly. Some fighters have been built just to intercept some bombers. Blue giving him the arrow. That's this. G Vegas says maybe agreeing with Pro BCTV's decision to go around the right flank here and get some big damage. It could be a devastating play. He also has a ball of units right here. Pro also took this little high ground here. Very good play from him, getting as much metal as humanly possible. No one, however, has been able to take this high ground and grab these 4 metal extractors here, as we see the battle unfolding on the left-hand flank. Big AoE shots have connected. The health bars are low. They are forced to run away and pray to the gods they do not get pursued. Lashers here looking to respect the left-hand flank. Lester 4 here has done a phenomenal job. Attacked after tier 2 first in the game. That is huge, especially if you don't get punished. Getting tier 2 first can just be game ending on its own. The Sheldon now pushing forward. Pro Bar needs to have his micro on point here. He has his first tier 2 unit. The Quaker, devastating blow, hits the ball of tier 1. Another shot comes out. Oh, it's a massacre. Bro, the blue commander sees this as a giant opportunity to jump on top of the yellow commander's forces. There's a stealthy little commander here, though. He just sees it, avoiding that D-gun, which could quickly 2-shot this entire blue army if forced into the wrong position on the right-hand flank. However, we have G Vegas looking to push up as well. The metal economy is still in favor of the red team, but their energy scaling is just not as good as the blue team as well. The Sheldon still peppering away, tickling these tier 1 units right now. While the shot misses, this poor brute is walking into every shot. He wants to get hit. Some say he's a masochist. Others say he just likes pain. Who really knows? We have more Quakers pushing up here. Oh! Turn off the camera! That's 18 plus right there. As multiple Sheldons get obliterated in that battle. Green here, forced to put on the pressure. This is just, I believe so, red doesn't respond, as he has a huge flank in the backline here. This could be the game-ending push that we need to seal the deal. He's trying to get his tier 2 mexes online, which means he doesn't have the units to respond to this. He's not microing on time here. These brutes are absolutely devastatingly pushing through the red hand base, destroying every economy. He is left in poverty. Man is on the streets in a cardboard box begging for change, as there is nothing coming his way. Some say he just had a bad life, some say he was just unlucky, but he just didn't have the preparation in order to stop this force. Yellow here now forced to try and stop it, but it's just curving around. They're gonna get these wins. If these wins, the economy for yellow will go up in flames, and that will basically wrap. He needs to hit the wins. Oh no, it's a complete devastation. Yellow player comments, nice. Angry at his red teammate for letting that green force push through and devastate his economy. With that, the FF vote will be passed. What an absolute battle. From the pushes on the left and the right hand flank to red overextending here. Losing 2,000 metal to green Vegas. Even though with that throw, he still had a commanding metal a second per lead over the blue hand team. And I believe red was definitely in the driver's seat to take this game if it was not for this green flank that came around the right hand side here and devastated not only red but yellow's economy. What an absolute banger of a game. Here are the stats if you're interested. If you guys did enjoy this, please leave a like, subscribe,